So ready to move on to our second final of the day. This will be your mini rock final. And these drivers set to go 16 laps. We'll get set now for your driver introduction. As we ask your attention, please focus on the grid area. We'll go from back to front, and here they are, starting in the 22nd position, scheduled out in the 11X, Alexandro Formalo. Starting 21st in the number 12, it'll be Anthony Formalo. Starting in the 20th position in the 00, it'll be Landon Kelly. Starting in the 19th position, it'll be the number 29 of Jade Hubert. Starting in the 18th position, it'll be the number 130, Lachlan D. Francesco. Starting in the 17th position, it'll be the number 113, Jordan Hefner. Starting in the 16th position, it'll be the 12X of Jet Nolan. Starting in the 15th position in the 08, Aries DeMagen. Starting 14th in the number 87, Jeremy Fairbairn. Starting in the 13th position in the number 27, Cody Crooker. Starting in the 12th position in the number 5, Jason Wellage. Starting in the 11th position in the 08, Devin Buteau. Starting in the 10th position in the number 188, Gianno Torino. Starting in the 9th, it'll be the 103, Derek Hermanity in the number 103. Starting in the 8th position in the number 33, Gio Bramante. Starting 7th in the number 66, Exo Cabrera. Starting 6th in the 125, Matthias Soler. Starting 5th in the 456, Zachary Hollinshead. Now moving into row number 2, starting outside row number 2, starting 4th, your points leader in the 101, Gianluca Petikoff. Starting inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting position in the 157, Tyler Gonzalez. Now moving up to row number 1. He'll be outside row number 1, starting 2nd in the 107, David Morales. And on the pole position for our 16-lap final, he's in the number 34, pole position. It's Ricardo Villasmil. So there's your starting lineup for your mini rock. Again, they will go 16 laps. And a good-looking field of drivers, 22 drivers signed in. as they'll get the carts unloaded. Last minute instruction from their crew members. Drivers will hop in and get ready to go 16 laps. Your Mini Rock. And Ricardo Villasmil, keep an eye on that machine. Ricardo in at number 34. And Ricardo qualified in the 6th position early on Saturday. Picked up the win in heat number 1. Was in contention in heat number 2. Finished second. In heat number 2. Finished second in heat number 3. 3 different winners in the heat events. Gianluca Petikoff, DeFrancesco, and Villasmil, your top 3 finishers in the heat events. So again, this could be anybody's race as they get set for 16 laps. As they get ready to roll, again, they'll get their last minute instructions and get ready to go. And I want to thank our Umbrella boys and girls. We appreciate them coming out here this afternoon as we work our way to our finals, Rock Cup USA Race Weekend number 4. As we welcome those folks joining us on the live feed, I'm Tony Monica. Hope you're having a great day as we get into Race Weekend number 4. And, of course, hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast coming to you from Carts, live internet video production services, livecarts.com. Check out the website. And it's been some very exciting racing. Gianluca Petikoff, again, your points leader. Again, had a great battle in race weekend number 3 up there in Jacksonville. Seen Devin Buteau get the win up in Jacksonville. Again, Devin's been very quiet here this weekend, but sits back in the 11th starting position in the 08. Keep an eye on Devin Buteau. Again, a good competitor. A lot of laps here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Devin Buteau in that 08. Again, he's been very quiet. We'll see if Devin can get something going. Don't go to sleep on Devin Buteau. Tyler Gonzalez in the 157. And Tyler qualified 8th on Saturday morning. Had a 9th place finish in heat number 1. Started to really pick it up in heat number 2. Finished 4th in heat number 2, and then had a 3rd place finish. So again, keep an eye on the 157 of Tyler Gonzalez. That's a driver up on the move, Tyler Gonzalez, in that 157, and he's in row number 2 on the inside. He's got your points leader, Gianluca Petikoff. And Gianluca, pretty good qualifying effort on Saturday. Gianluca finished 3rd in qualifying, then had a 5th place finish in heat number 1. Petikoff, as I said, won heat number 2 and finished in the top 5 in heat number 3. So it's kind of been a little bit up and down for your points leader, Gianluca Petikoff. And obviously knowing that competition is really tightened up for your points leader. Keep an eye on Gianluca Petikoff at that 101 in row number 2. So again, we'll set him go. That is our motorcycle. Pace Bike will take the field around for their parade lap. Andre, they'll give him the sign, so there goes the field. All crew members need to be off the track. Once again, we need all crew members off the track as we'll get set to go. Pace lap underway. This will be a good one. 22 carts signed in. There's the Pace Bike. We'll take them around. We've seen some unique things for pace laps here. Seen a Bugatti down there in South Florida. Now the truck pace truck in Jacksonville. Today a motorcycle. Kind of a cool thing. So very exciting for these drivers. They got their pace lap. Rockmaster Seniors, you will be up next. Rock Junior, you will follow. This is 16 laps. Mini Rock, good looking field of drivers. Again, 3 different winners in the heat events. So again, very exciting. And Gianluca Petikoff really has been strong coming out of the gate first few events. Was challenged up in Jacksonville, they say, with Devin Buteau getting the win. And probably one of the most exciting finishes I've seen in a long time between Gianluca Petikoff and Devin Buteau. Drivers have come down the front stretch. We'll get it to go. 1 to go as they head down into turn number 1. Again, 16 laps. Masters and Seniors, you're on grid. Junior, you're pre-grid. Can't find yourself a place along the fence. This is going to be a good one. Mini Rock rolling out for 16 laps. Ricardo Villasmil, your winner in that pre-final. Also has a heat win. I mean, you start looking through this field, I mean, you're going to go midway all the way, probably three-quarters of this field. Any of these drivers can win it. Obviously getting ready to go. Last couple thoughts as they head to the top of the oval. Row number one, Villasmil and David Morales. Don't forget, David come out of the gate on Saturday. Very strong. Remember, he picked up the pole position on Saturday. Field side by side, Villasmil, Morales. So field to take the green flag. We're underway. Field to cycle around lap number one, David Morales. And David, I said, set quick time earlier in qualifying on Saturday, and they take off pretty good. Got a flock of traffic through that chicane. Good looking field of drivers. Morales, Gonzalez, Petikoff, Zachary Hollinshead, Villasmil, Soler, Cabrera. You've got some stout traffic now coming into that tree turn. Again, 16 laps. This is your mini rock. David Morales in command right now. Comes off the tree turn. Gianluca Petikoff not going to waste any time. Gianluca into that second place position as they'll work their way to the stripe. 2 laps complete. Keep an eye on the 66. Axel Cabrera has been quiet. Had a good finish in that pre-final. Finished 7th. So Axel Cabrera liking that. Wanting to get a podium finish here this afternoon. So Axel hanging on in the top 3. He'll watch him and Gianluca got to go do battle now. And Gianluca looks like he'll lose that spot for second. Well, but it looks like Gianluca will hold on to that second spot. So again, Gianluca second. Axel Cabrera holding on the third. So they'll come off the tree turn. Axel Cabrera, lap number 2 with quick time, 40.872 for Axel. Right now sits back in third. Good start for the 188. Torino, haven't called that name a lot right now. Torino in the top 5. Some good racing going on as they'll work their way into the hairpin turn. It's David Morales. Axel Cabrera really working over Gianluca Petikoff. They'll exit off the hairpin turn, led by David Morales. And David off the tree turn. There's your top 3 drivers. Now they'll make their way to the top of the oval. Morales, Petikoff, Cabrera. They'll work their way down into turn number 1. Now Axel Cabrera going to look for a lane to the inside. He's got the room. Going to have to get right back in behind that second place cart. Boy, Axel Cabrera flexing some muscle. Not afraid to lay down, trying to work in that second place position. And running second, Gianluca Petikoff working into race weekend number 4 as your points leader. There's Gianluca holding on to second. I'll tell you right now, you've got a freight train of traffic all the way back probably to the 12th spot. And there's single file to the top half of that oval. They'll work down the straightaway. Led by Morales in the 107. Well, look at this battle. 4th place on back. That's the 125. Soler now into that spot. And they continue to move around. 4th place on back. That's been some good, solid racing mid-pack. Imagine right now with quick time turns a 40.658 back in lap number 5. 6 laps complete. And David Morales, again, was very strong on Saturday. Set quick time and qualified. Right now up front, you see a little bit of a different line coming off that tree turn. Swings it out a little bit wider again. That could be trouble later on. But right now, Petikoff holding on the second. Axel Cabrera running third. Soler running fourth. How about Welledge now in the top 5? Haven't seen that name a lot. That's the number 5 machine. Welledge now in the top 5. So Welledge moving along, trying to pick up some spots as your leaders come off that chicane. Welledge now being scored 5th, 1.2 seconds behind your leader. 7 laps complete. Close it in on a halfway point. Yeah, Gianluca Petikoff, very, very smart driver. Yeah, with a lot of time to go as we'll close in on a halfway point this time by. Again, we'll see. Well, he'll try to make a move. Great run going for the 66, Axel Cabrera. Axel finishing 7th in that pre-final. They'll come down the front stretch. We'll see the halfway point this time by. They'll go single file down into turn number 1. Looks like they're all going to run the same line into turn number 1. So 8 laps in, your race leader is David Morales. Petikoff 2nd, Cabrera 3rd, Soler 4th, Welledge 5th, DeFrancesco running 6th, Carmani running 7th, Gonzalez 8th, Torino running 9th. As we work our way now, look at this battle as they come off that hairpin turn. Just as we ran down the order, we got a brand new leader, and again they'll switch right back. Boy, Gianluca Petikoff briefly had the lead. He's going to cost at least 4, 5 spots now as he drops back. And again, Gianluca coming out of there with the lead. Now going to drop back at least till 5th. Here comes the 130 looking to the inside. DeFrancesco moving around. So DeFrancesco now in the top 3. How about that move? Boy, again, you looked at Gianluca, had the lead, and then all of a sudden traffic hurdled around him. And we switched it around, briefly lost it, back up front again. Your brand new leader, it is, again, Morales for the 2nd time. So 10 laps complete. It's the 107 as your leader. David Morales. DeFrancesco again holding on to that 2nd place position. Great battle. Soler running 3rd, Cabrera and Welledge. So Petikoff again dropping back now. Last time by was 7th. Boy, you talk about a change of things going on up front. And look at this battle. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. They continue to move around. And Axel Cabrera again doing some heavy racing there as traffic's now working around a contender early on. So Axel going to drop back. Your leader heads down into turn number 1. That's the 107 of David Morales. DeFrancesco going to work on your leaders. They come through that chicane. Boy, you talk about some great racing. Very competitive. That top spot has flip-flopped a couple times. Again, your points leader continue to struggle. Gianluca Petikoff again. Look at this traffic. Boy, that is heavy traffic coming off the top of that hairpin turn. Some side-by-side racing. Hold on to your seats as they come into that tree turn. Again, some more passing. Great racing off the tree turn. In the meantime, your leaders cross the line. 12 laps complete this time by. David Morales down into turn number 1. DeFrancesco running in that 2nd spot. And Lackland's been very strong. And a solid run going for the DeFrancesco holding on to that 2nd place position. Again, that's a driver that came all the way back from the 18th starting position. And right now in that 2nd spot. So you talk about some driving. Lackland started 18th. And right now in the hunt for a win as they come off of that oval. They'll work down the front stretch. 13 laps complete. 3 laps remaining. And Gianluca Petikoff with a lot of traffic in behind him. Boy, again, Gianluca was right there. Had the lead briefly. Now continue to fade back. In that 101. And DeFrancesco keeps the heat on your leader. Again, David Morales heads into the tree turn with a whole bumper full. of the 130. Lachlan DiFrancesco holding on to that second place position. They'll work their way to the top of the oval. Now they'll work down the front stretch. Brian going to show them 2 to go. This is it, 2 laps to go. DiFrancesco looks to the inside. He's got the lane. He's got the lead. Brand new leader with 2 to go. So brand new leader. DiFrancesco now will take over the top spot. Boy, what a remarkable piece of driving going back. This kid started 18th and has chipped his way to the front, and now he's on top of the top position. That's the 130. DiFrancesco again holding on to the lead. David Morales, he's been tough all weekend. And David, you remember, he picked up that pole position in qualifying. And we'll see the white flag, 1 to go. DiFrancesco, your leader, coming down into turn number 1's got the advantage. Now watches to the inside in exchange for the lead. David Morales back up front. They'll head through the chicane, nose to tail. Great battle for the top spot on the podium. Again, DiFrancesco keeping the heat on David Morales. David going to protect that low line as they come through that hairpin turn. Off the hairpin turn they come. Time running out as they head into the tree turn. Again, David Morales with the slight advantage. DiFrancesco keeps his bumper to bumper, now goes to the inside. DiFrancesco's got the advantage, got the lead. Here they come, drag race, side by side. DiFrancesco scores the win as they'll cross the line by about a half a cart length. David Morales, a great run for David Morales. He'll pick up second, gets himself on the podium for David Morales. Hermonti will pick up third, Solar fourth, Welwich fifth, Gonzalez sixth, Howenshead seventh, Petticoff, Torino, and Umajan rounding out your top 10. So yet another great race out of your mini rock. So DiFrancesco will score the win. Great run. There's a driver that came all the way from 18th and chipped his way through it. So great run for our mini rock.